So did you know that the NASDAQ market is literally less than 6% away from being at all-time highs? What's going on, guys? It's Ricky here with TechBud Solutions. Hope that you guys are all having an amazing Friday. It looks like the NASDAQ market is doing it again. NASDAQ is up 0.73%. It is pulling back as of right now, but it's been holding above the EMA. And I wanted to ask you guys a very simple question. Do you think that the NASDAQ market will surpass 2021's all-time highs? And look at this. I mean, the bulls are super bullish today. It's incredible, almost frustrating, especially if you're not even invested in the NASDAQ market right now. But one of the things that I want to show you is previous all-time highs for the NASDAQ market is 404.02. We currently are sitting around 382.14. So with that being said, I'm going to use my little trend line tool right here from our current price point to previous all-time highs. It is about 5.6% away to surpassing previous all-time highs. But I wanted to show you guys something that is, I think, very unique. I think it might catch some of you guys by surprise. If we look at TQQQ, which is the triple leverage ETF, whoa, right? I mean, let's do simple math. If TQQQ is 3 times of whatever NASDAQ is, right? Whatever QQQ is, then if it offers about 5%, 5 times 3, we're talking about 15, 16% instead of the 5 or 6%, right? Let's average up at 6%. 6 times 3 is 18. So when looking at this, okay, so it should just be 18 to get to previous all-time highs. What the heck? We would need a 100% ROI on TQQQ to get back to previous all-time highs. You might be asking why. Well, again, this is something that we talk about in the LPP lesson library. It's called path dependencies. And it's why it's so important, not only with triple leverage ETFs, but also something that adds to this is anytime something loses 50%, it needs not just 50% to make it back, but it needs 100% recovery to make it back, right? So obviously something to take into consideration. This is why we talk about risk management, why we have such a big focus on that, because moments like this where markets are trying to make a full recovery or close to full recovery, yet, if you thought something that was correlated to it was going to be right there with it, that's definitely not the case. And as we see with TQs and with QQQ, it's definitely not the case. But when also looking at other companies, I don't know if you guys have seen this, right? Apple stock is at, all-time highs. It just recently hit highs of 194. Previous highs were 180, right? But then Amazon is far from all-time highs. Our previous all-time highs was 188.65, yet we're trading at 135. When looking at Meta, we're relatively pretty close. Looking at Microsoft, surpassing previous highs already. Google, far from previous highs. We're at 126. Previous all-time highs are at 151. Looking at Nvidia, surpassing previous highs. And looking at Tesla, we're about halfway there. From 414.50, we're around 276. I like looking at these things just to take into consideration of how the market is moving, right? I think a lot of people have really big hopes for the market. I mean, it looks like can the market make new all-time highs? Let's just take into consideration what's to come in the up and coming weeks, right? We have the FOMC meeting that's going to be released right before earnings. So there's a 96% probability, according to this Fed rate monitor tool on investing.com, that the Federal Reserve will raise interest rates. And normally the market reacts in a negative way. It doesn't seem like the market's factored this in just yet because the market continues to rise. Yet why would it be rising if we're about to raise interest rates, right? But then also we have up and coming earnings for big tech. This is going to come late July, and again, another reason on what can bring some form of volatility. And one of the last things that I want to talk about is the rebalancing of the NASDAQ 100, something that we made a video about just a couple of days ago. If you guys haven't checked that out, I uploaded that video, I believe, 2 days ago, and there it goes. We got our first sell signal on QQQ. Let's see if we actually form lower lows and lower highs, but it looks like we're seeing a slight pullback. And just to put into perspective, right, we need 6% to make it to less than 6% to make it to all-time highs. If you look at what the market moved just this week, we're nearly there, right? From just lows to current highs is 5.2%. So we would need another week like this week and the market would be at all-time highs. What a crazy time, right? Everything that was lost in 2022 for the NASDAQ market is now supposedly back. It definitely doesn't feel that way, but that's where the market's at. So I really do appreciate you guys' time. You guys let me know in the comment section if this makes sense to you. If you have any questions whatsoever, I'd love to answer any questions you might have. Just shoot me a direct message via Discord or via Instagram, and that's the first or third link in the description down below. I really do appreciate you guys' time. I hope to see you guys for our next live trading session. I do trade live every morning, and if you want to be able to watch me trade live the next time I go live, that's the second link in the description down below. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.